Hello to all my little learners out there. Welcome to class. I'm Miss Aker. I'm so glad you're joining us. We've been working on writing. Writing is so many things. Drawing and letters and words, even the way we color our pictures tells the reader our story. Let's work on some letters today in our Brain Smart Start. It's called skywriting. Get your magic pencil ready, that's your finger. And we're gonna put our magic pencil into the sky and write some letters. Let's start with the letter A. Here we go. We go up, down, pick it up, cross. Do it again. Up to the top, down, pick up your pencil, and then cross. Let's write it on our hand too, so we can feel that on our hand. Up, down, cross. Do it again. Up, down, cross it. Okay, let's do the letter B. B. So we're gonna go up from the top, down, pick up our pencil and go around and around. Now we're gonna do it again. B. Around and around. Let's do it on our hand too. So we say down, around, and around. B. Let's do the letter C. We're gonna put our pencil in the sky, go around. Good job. Let's do it again. Around. The letter C says K. Let's do it here. Ready? K. C. K. C. Nice job. Let's do one more. Letter D. Down, pick up your pencil just like we did with B, and then around. D. Let's do it one more time. Down, pick up your pencil. D. D. Let's do it on our hand. D. 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 Good job. You can keep going with all of your letters. Let's find out what we're going to see in our story today that has to do with writing. Hi, and welcome to Reading Corner. Today we're reading a book called Polka Dot Penguin Pottery. This week, we've been learning all about writers, where writers get ideas, how to write our own books, and this is a writer too. She is going to be writing a story, but guess what? She gets stuck and she doesn't know what to write next. So she takes a break and learns it's okay sometimes to make mistakes until you're unstuck with your ideas. So let's read this story about this girl who's an awesome writer. Whoops. Okay. Polka Dot Penguin Pottery. My name is Aspen, Colorado Kimchi Lee. Actually, that's my nom de plume, my writing name, not my real name. I'm an author. I write stories about monkeys and elephants, aliens and robots, and sometimes about me. That's so great. You're a writer too because you write things just like her. I work in my treehouse where there's a sign that says, writer at work, do not disturb. And when you flip it over, it says, writer at play, come up and stay. And here she's gonna tell us how to write. This is how to write. First, button on your writing jacket, then stuff your pockets with seaweed crackers, then sit very still and think. Last but not least, choose words and line them up like a fruit seller who chooses her best mangoes and pomegranates and bananas and puts them on display. And when you're done, yay, a story. That sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? Oh no, read this picture. Look at her face. I can tell the way the author drew it that she's very sad. But lately, writing hasn't been much fun. In fact, you can't even call it writing at all. All my pages are blank, blank, blank. My Gung and Popo call it writer's block. Don't worry, says Popo. Your characters are just on vacation. They'll be back. Maybe you need to take a break and just hang out, suggests Gung. Gung and Popo are her grandma and grandpa. So off we go, down into town, past the cookie shop, the bookstore, and pet palace, with the water dishes for dogs and squirrels out front. I follow Gung, Popo, and baby Olivia through the morning chill, the wind licking my nose and whistling in my ears. And if you turn the book this way, you can see she's drawn everything on the street and all the people walking, including this dog. And here they are. Finally, Gung Gung opens the door to a place I've walked past a million times, Polka Dot Penguin Pottery, but have never gone into. Inside, it feels like summer. A lady who is sweeping stops and smiles like a flower facing the sun. "Welcome," she says. "My name is Yumi. What would you like to paint?" She ties an apron on me. "Paint? Me?" Suddenly, I'm so excited I can't answer. My words are swirling around the shop and I cannot catch them. Wow, I'm so happy. Ooh, awesome, cool, paint. And I notice in this picture, you can see her mouth is in the shape of an O, which shows like surprise. So when you're drawing your characters, you could try that one too. Instead, I rush over to the shelves of 1,000 things to paint and look them over in 3 seconds flat. I pick an Easter egg just like that. The door jingles open. Twin boys come in with their mom. Yumi greets them by name, Lefty and Righty. They must be regulars. They rush over to the shelves and grab a robot and a fire engine. And here they are sitting all at the table. Look at that big rectangle. And then she put all of the characters around it. I sit down next to Popo and Olivia, who is too little to paint anything properly. She just makes a mess. I turn my egg over and over. It is blank, like a piece of paper. "Hey," Lefty and Righty say, bumping the table and spilling my paint tray a little as they sit down across from me. "Careful," their mom warns them. "Sorry." "Your first time here?" their mom asks. I nod. "We'll show you how it's done," says Righty. "Yeah," says Lefty, "just do like me." In no time, their robot and fire engine look amazing, but my egg is still blank. The door jingles again and the wind blows in my friend Ivy, her brother Luther, and their mom. Ivy picks a heart box and Luther picks a dinosaur. They sit and for a moment, neither of them moves. Then out of their paint bottles, they squeeze flowers and grass, hearts and sparkly dinosaur skin. "How did you do that?" I ask, peering into a paint bottle named Sailboat White. "Easy," says Ivy, painting her name on her heart box, "but you have to stay super still and wait for something to happen," Luther chirps. Sounds like writing to me, but it's super hard to sit super still. My feet are tapping, my legs are jiggling, the tag on my dress is scratching. I wait. Nothing happens. Look at her, she's still just feeling really sad. She's bummed out. She can't get any ideas for her writing and she can't get any ideas for her painting. The door jingles and in leaps Noodles, straight from ballet. She's wearing a tutu and tall, fuzzy boots. She dances over to a mermaid. "I love you," she says to it. "You are so beautiful." She hugs the plain, silent mermaid while her mom squeezes paint onto her tray. "The trick is to relax," Yumi says when she sees my blank egg. "Just have fun." She puts on a CD that sings, "I went to a marvelous party with Nana and Nada and Nell." Look at this place. Wow. Just imagine if you drew a picture like this of your house. Would you have a lot of people there or toys? This is such a cool picture. As I'm reading, see what new things you can discover. It's starting to feel like a party in here. A dinosaur pirouettes, a mermaid sings. Marta, who is Yumi's helper, is balancing 100 shiny breakable things hot from the kiln and trying hard not to dance. And Olivia is wiggling to the music and drooling. Yumi is working super fast. She swipes a credit card. She answers the phone. She brings sponges and a bucket of water to our table for just in case. She greets a birthday party that comes in with balloons and presents. Everything is happening all at once. And here she is. Oh no, she put her head down. Still, nothing is happening with me. I'm holding my brush in the air, stiff, frozen, and useless, like an ice cream stick without the ice cream. I think I have a pottery block. My head clunks on the table like a bowling ball, and everything looks like it's underwater. I breathe in, I breathe out. I don't breathe at all. I reach, dip my brush in paint, and touch it to my egg. And as soon as I do, something happens. The paint drips. Oh no! I cry. It's ruined. I put my head down on the table. My arms hang low. I close my eyes. "Do you need some water?" Gung Gung asks. Popo rubs my back. "Maybe it'll help if we paint something together," she says. I hear their footsteps going toward the shelves of 1,000 things to paint. Slowly, I lift my head. I see Olivia, and I see my egg with drips and drool and fingerprints all over it. My head goes down. Thunk. I like that color, I hear Ivy say to my egg. Really? I lift my head. You can only make a masterpiece if you're willing to make a mess, she says. Look at this. I look at my egg. It's a mess, all right. I touch my brush to it. I look at it again. It's still a mess. So I make it messier and the color spreads. I see a tree in the mess and make some branches. Then I add some pink and purple leaves. Not bad. I paint a green sky with a big red flower floating like clouds. Wow, this feels like writing too. When you put down one word and surprise, more words follow. Soon green butterflies are fluttering in the orange grass. By the time Popo and Gung Gung come back to our table, I've added a periwinkle sun and a little girl doing cartwheels and smiling like she's about to burst. Hey, that looks like me, I cry. How did I paint me? Magic, breathes Ivy, leaning over. Yeah, I whisper, magic. Then Yumi tells me about the puffy paint. When you bake it, it leaves goosebumps on your work. It's fancy stuff. Artists use it as a finishing touch. I'd like to give it a try, I say. Around me, heads turn, eyes stare, polka dot penguin pottery stops. I need just a few dabs, I say, for my dress. Then it's done. This is my egg. These are the jaws that dropped. And when I get home, I run straight to my treehouse where I flip the sign to say, writer at work, do not disturb. And this is the story that began with just hanging out. The end. Wow, that was really cool. She talked about how when you write one word, then the more words just follow right after that. So I just want to show you a quick activity so you can practice your words at home. So this activity can help you practicing your letters and writing some words. Ask a grown-up or a friend to help you write your name in black marker. So I wrote my name here, Miss Aker, but then I'm showing you how we're gonna make it rainbow. So I went over it many times with the crayons to make some rainbow writing. Let's try these words. I have me, I, and like. So pick one color and practice tracing. Don't pick your writing tool up. Just do one letter at a time, then choose another color. And each time you do it, you'll be adding to your rainbow. And this is called rainbow writing. It's good practice for all that writing you're gonna do and all the new words you're learning. Let's see, how about a pink? And each time you get a little bit more colorful. Let's do the next one. Let's do the letter I. So you start with that line that goes up and down. So you go top to bottom and then cross it, cross it. How about green? Rainbow writing can be a lot of fun, and you can do it with any word or all your letters if you're practicing your letters. How about a blue? Nice. Let's do one more. Let's do this last word. This is the word like. I like pizza. It starts with an L, a lowercase l. Oops, I forgot to do the other letters. What do you like? Can you write a sentence using I like? What else could we say? I like dogs. Do you like dogs? I like the color purple. And this is just a simple activity you can do to practice your writing and the words that you're learning at school and at home. I hope you have fun with that rainbow writing. I hope you enjoyed this book, Polka Dot Penguin Pottery, and learn that even if you get stuck on your writing or your drawing, you can just take a break and come back to it, and you'll have many more ideas. And have fun with your rainbow writing. I'll see you next time.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is great school, They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back. I'm Mrs. Gordon, and I'm so glad you are here with me to learn new things. We have been talking about animal habitats. We created a desert habitat, an ocean habitat, and today I want to still talk about another habitat is rainforest. Today I want to do a little fun project with you and create an animal mask. So if you have your materials ready, paper plate, construction paper or glue, crayons and markers, let's grab all those things and let's get started. There are two types of rainforests, tropical and temperate. Tropical rainforests are found near the equator. Temperature rainforests are found near coastal areas farther north or south of the equator. Temperate rainforests are cooler than tropical rainforests, but they share many other characteristics, particularly large amounts of precipitation. That's another word for rain. Rainforests can receive more than 2,000 millimeters of rain each year. You probably have seen tropical rainforest plants before and not even realized it. Most common houseplants come from the rainforest. These plants are usually from the middle layer of the rainforest, also known as the understory. These plants are often vines, smaller trees, ferns, or palms. Despite what you may think, they actually don't require much water or sunlight. In fact, they're native rainforest homes. These plants don't get much water or sunlight anyway. The thick top layer, the canopy, prevents their native rainforest homes from these plants. Most of the sunlight from ever reaching the ground. It is made of giant trees that grow to incredibly heights. That means very tall. The bottom layer of the rainforest is covered with wet leaves that decompose quickly. That means disappear. In the moist swarm conditions, bacteria, microorganisms that love these conditions quickly break down dead plant matter, returning the nutrients to the soil. The nutrients are then reabsorbed. That means kind of caught back up by the roots to the plants and the trees that fill the forest. The rainforest is made up of a lot of trees, and there is also a lot of animals in that habitat. Today we are making an animal mask. I'm choosing to use a paper plate. You can choose to either draw one or put other things together to create your mask. I am choosing to make a lion. A lion, you're like, how does a lion live in the rainforest? Well, in different parts of the region, an African lion can live in either the tropical or temperate rainforest. So the lion lives in a temperate rainforest. So I have my plate. It's shaped like a circle. This is going to be the lion's mask. First, I want to choose to glue the eyes. I'm going to make sure this is in the center of my plate. Can you do the same thing? Do those look like two eyes? Lions also have a mouth and nose. When you look at them, they might look like they're together. So at first I'm going to glue this down. This is considered the mouth. And then I'm going to put the nose on top. I'm going to make a couple of dots with a marker because lions have whiskers. I'm choosing to use pipe cleaners as my whiskers. Sometimes you cannot see these because they're real clear and light in color. So I'm going to stick my whiskers here. You can bend them and twist them however you need to. I'm going to tape these down instead. However much material you need, you can use them. I'm going to put some on both sides. Do you have a cat at home? If you look at the cat's face, you can see their whiskers. Again, you can twist it as much as you need to. And I'm going to tape it down. If you have paint, you can choose to paint your plate first, so your lion or any other animal can have more color. You can be as creative as you want to be. I'm going to spread my whiskers out just a little bit. Now, what is a lion without its mane? So I am going to take these strips of paper and create the lion's mane. I have brown and yellow, but you can choose any color you like. So first, I want to bend my ends down just a little bit so they look a little curly. A lion's mane can be all over, like frizzy, or sometimes it can be curly, depending on the climate that they are in. I'm going to alternate my colors. I'm creating a pattern. Brown, yellow. You can use as glue or tape that you need to hold the mane down. I'm going to keep going around in a circle. My next color would be brown, so I can continue with my pattern. And again, I'm choosing to fold the ends down. Other types of cats that live in the rainforest are tigers. You might see jaguars. All of these are different types of cats that live in the rainforest. What would be my next color? Right, yellow. A lion's mane is special. It has a mane when you know it's a male lion. Most of the female lions do not have a mane, but they are covered in fur. I'm going to keep going around. My next color is brown. I'm choosing to tape mine just so it can stay better. You can also draw a lion if you like to. You can make a circle for the face, 2 circles for the eyes. You can draw a heart for the nose. However creative you can be. This lion is coming right along. How is your mask coming? Are you being creative? Do you think you will play with your mask later to play animal kingdom, or pretend you're in the rainforest or any kind of other habitat. I also have whiskers. Remember that. You can use pipe cleaners or draw them. As I am curling my ends down, I can see my mane coming along. Remember, lions can live not only in a rainforest, but also some live in very hot places. And sometimes they live in other cooler places, depending on the region. When I say region, it's usually the continent, different places around the world. You might live somewhere where it's hot sometimes, or cold sometimes, or just right. I have 2 more strips to complete my animal mask. Remember to do whatever you feel is best for your mask. What colors did you use? What animal did you create? There's all different types of animal. All right. I feel like I am done. Here is my lion, my animal mask shaped, made like a lion that lives in the temperate rainforest. You did such amazing work today creating a rainforest animal mask with me today. I hope you had so much fun creating whichever animal you chose. Again, I chose a lion that lives in the temperate rainforest. Maybe you did a tiger or any other tropical animal that lives there, even birds. And remember, rainforests are mostly made up of trees and plants, and they receive a lot of rain. Grab your nearest adult, show them what you did today, or have them help you. Until next time, I wish you well.
Hello and welcome to Harold Holiday Montessori School. I am Principal Bass Barlow and I have the privilege of leading this fine public Montessori school. Holiday is an association of Montessori International School. As a member school, we adhere to rich Montessori principles and practices. Our teachers are Montessori trained, our assistants have Montessori certifications, and our students have uninterrupted work cycles. In their prepared environments, children have a freedom of choice where they develop order, repetition, and concentration. Here at Holiday, we serve children ages 3 to 12 in grades pre-K through 6th grade.
Welcome to the Children's House. In this environment, we have a mixed age group of children from the ages of 3 to 6. The prepared environment and the adult offer the children opportunities to reach their full potential.
In the Children's House environment, we focus on practical life, sensorial, math, language, and cultural activities. These activities are all developmentally appropriate for our children.
Welcome to Lower Elementary, where we educate students ages 6 through 9.
Here, we foster personal responsibility, independence, collaboration, critical thinking, as well as problem solving.
This is Upper Elementary, where we serve students grades 4 through 6 or ages 9 through 12. Students build on core values and lessons that they've learned previous years while becoming school leaders.
We partner with the Heartland Chamber of Music to offer String Sprouts. This program teaches our students instrumental music starting at the age of 3.
We work with our community partners to build leadership skills in real-world environments. One example of this is our composting initiative with KC Can Compost.
For visiting Holiday Montessori School. If you'd like more information about our fine Montessori program, please call 816-418-1950 and we'll schedule a one-on-one tour with you. We look forward to sharing with you more about the great things that are happening here at Harold Holiday Montessori School.
Hey Kansas City, here is some amazing dressing, not stuffing, to go with your turkey dinner at Thanksgiving. Enjoy. What about that? Hey Kansas City, it's Chef Tom. And you know, we're doing a couple of shows just on some holiday specials, some favorite things that you can serve at Thanksgiving or Christmas, doesn't really matter. But one of my favorite things is homemade dressing. And here's kind of a funny thing. Homemade dressing and homemade stuffing, the only difference is that stuffing is what you put inside your turkey. We're going to start out with a couple ounces of butter in our nice hot pan. Now obviously we've gone ahead and we did a little bit of prep work ahead of time. We've diced up a lot of our stuff. We've got some celery and some onion here going in our pot first. And right off the bat, you can smell how nice that is. Okay? Just gonna let that cook down for a minute or two. This particular stuffing that we're making right now, you can make a day or so ahead of time and put in the cooler and reheat it just before Thanksgiving. But the fact of the matter is, if you have any turkey stock or anything in here, you're gonna need to reheat that to 165 degrees, okay? We're just gonna let this cook up a little. We're gonna bump it up a little in temperature. And we're just gonna cook this until it's translucent, because we've got some other flavors that we're gonna put in here. So as this is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take some cooked pork sausage. And we're gonna cut this up. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people put a lot of different flavors in their stuffing. This is just what I like in my stuffing. You know, yours can be different than this. But this is what I've been accustomed to for many, many years. We're just gonna get this sausage right in our pan with our celery and onion. And yeah, we're exhibiting some knife skills here. Yeah, we're doing a medium fine dice. Making sure our hand is in the claw position. Okay? Making sure that we are cognizant of the blade to the fingers. You never want either one to be too close to the other. We're just going to give this a little stir. Our celery and onions are doing just fine. So here's the other thing. You can actually also make this just 15 minutes ahead of the meal. Okay? I'm going to take and drain these apples real quick. And yep, I said apples. I like some apples and some raisins in my dressing. You'll notice that these apples were in some water. So what I did is I went ahead and I squeezed some lemon into the water, because that acid of the lemon keeps the apples from turning brown. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna toss in some raisins. I love a few raisins in my stuffing. We're just gonna keep moving this around. Now when it comes to the raisins, you're gonna want to just let this go for a minute or two so that those raisins have a chance to really get hot and soften up, okay? Everything's doing really nice. Now, this process does take 15 to 20 minutes to actually make this stuffing. And a lot of that is sauteing these first primary ingredients. Okay? So we're just taking our time. We're not in a hurry. One thing we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw some herbs and spices in here. I like some salt, pepper, thyme, rosemary, and sage. I think sage is real important because that's really one of the base flavors in your dressing. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, the aroma out of this pan is spectacular. Now, I like to put my parsley in right now, along with some fresh sage, because really I don't think you can get enough sage. But I'm going to tell you a funny story. A few years ago, I was trying to come up with a new herb tea for the restaurant. And I had a friend that had some sage, and I decided that I would make a nice herbal sage iced tea for the restaurant. With some organic honey, it would be really delicious. What I didn't realize is that if you eat or drink too much sage at once, it will poison you. So after a quick call to the poison center, I found that out. Needless to say, never too much sage again in my life. Now, in our pan, we are looking amazing. Right now, I'm going to take and put a drop of chicken stock in here. And all we want is a little bit, because we want to make sure that all of our celery and carrot and onion just gets a little touch of boiling action. Come on in, get a look at that. That's exactly what we want. This is boiling so nice right now. In just a minute, we're going to add the rest of our stock to this and let it get hot. But we're going to go ahead and let that cook for just a second, just the way it is. Wow, it smells so good. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the rest of the stock. And we're just going to let this get hot. Okay, we're not going to really boil it. And as that's getting up to temperature, what we're going to do is we're going to get our 2-inch hotel pan onto the block. We're going to grab our croutons and put them in. Now, what we did earlier today was we went ahead and took hot dog buns and just cubed them up, and we're using them for stuffing. Because the fact of the matter is, it's what we had around. You don't have to go out and buy any fancy crouton mix. You don't have to go out and buy stuffing mix. Check your freezer for bread. Take it out, thaw it out, dice it up, throw it in the oven with some garlic, some butter, salt, pepper, and you have amazing croutons that you just seasoned yourself for stuffing. I tell you what, when we come back, we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this up. We'll be right back.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun, and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor, and being an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
Hey, Kansas City, so if you look at our pot on the stove right now, our liquid is just starting to boil for our dressing. And I keep trying to slip and tell you stuffing. This is dressing because it's going on the side of the bird. And the reason that I personally don't do stuffing is because when you make stuffing, you have to make sure that that stuffing in the bird gets up to 165 degrees. And when you do that, a lot of your exterior meat on the bird, like the breast and stuff, really dries out. Because if you're running the middle to 165, you're running the breasts to a very solid 180, 185. And that's just drying out that meat, okay? Just my 2 seconds on the platform, I don't care to stuff a bird. So, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take some of this liquid, and we're gonna get it right in our stuffing mix. Look at that. Now, oh my goodness gracious. This is amazing. And here's the funny thing. Now, you're just moving it around in there. Because what you're going to do is you're going to let the croutons go ahead and pick up that nice liquid that you just poured in. You got all your seasoning in here. And you can see these croutons are getting wet quick. You want to get these onions, and celery, and carrots, and raisins all turned in here real nice. Okay? You can see we still got a little bit of liquid running around our pan, and that's fine. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to transfer this into a smaller pan. We're going to give this pan a spray with some vegetable spray. The person washing your pots and pans will thank you for that. Now, we're going to take our time. We're just going to move this over. Okay? Look at that. Our pan is so nice and full. And what we're going to do is when we start this, we're actually going to go ahead and cover this with plastic first and then foil, and we're going to put it into our oven. And before we do that, we're going to clean up a little so that we can go ahead and get this into the oven and out of the oven and ready for you. We'll be right back.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun, and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor, and being an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
All right, Kansas City, we have got this dressing ready to get covered up. We're going to cover it and we're going to get it in our oven. So, here's an interesting thing. When I'm working with something like this, I like to cover it with plastic first. And the reason that we're covering it with plastic first is to hold that moisture. Okay? There we go, look at that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our foil and we're going to cover it with that. Okay? Just going to get this on here nice and tight, just like we did the plastic wrap. You don't want the plastic wrap sticking out from under your foil. Okay? And this baby's going to go in the oven. I need you to watch your hands because the bottom of this pan is hot because your liquid is practically boiling. Now that we got that in there, let's go ahead and just take 1 minute. We've got our sanitation towel here. Let's wipe up the station a little. Okay, because we're not going to need this board anymore. Remember, when we sanitize, our sanitizer solution is 200 to 400 parts per million. Okay? Start up here in the corner. Just give this baby a good wipe. You know, we just sanitized our knife. You can go away. Now, we get to here. See this cord? We want to keep everything clean. Okay? We want to do the best job we can keeping our equipment clean so that it looks new. And that goes for your kitchen as well. Okay, we're going to set this guy over. We're just going to finish wiping the chef station down. There we go, nice and clean. Guess what? Through the magic of TV, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull that stuffing out.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor and be an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
All right, Kansas City, we've been wrestling with this dressing for a little while now. It's been in the oven. We're about to take it out and have a look and get it on some plates and see what you think. Ooh, is that warm? Kansas City, I don't know if you can see it, but we got a pumpkin pie in that oven that's just about there. So, here we go. Let's get this baby unwrapped. I suggest using a towel, a hot pad holder, okay? This is exceptionally hot. Oh my goodness. You need to see this. This is what stuffing should look like, even if it's dressing and not stuffing. Look at this. That is gorgeous. Now, me personally, I like getting all the plastic off my pan right away because it's harder later to get that off when it's in the dish room, okay? Now, I wish you could smell this because it absolutely smells amazing. We're gonna turn this up just a little in here, see? Oh, look at that. That is the dressing that I'm looking for at my Thanksgiving every single time. I think it looks amazing. There's so many amazing smells in there. You can smell the sage, the onion, the celery. Oofda. There's an old Scandinavian saying for you, oofda. But it looks delicious. Let's get some on a plate. Let's see how we're looking. I tell you what, I think that's beautiful. We'll get a second plate out here real quick. Honest to goodness, Kansas City, that's what your dressing should look like right there. Hey, I really enjoy doing this series for you. And I know that very often we talk about the school here at Manual, and I'm not going to let today go by without doing that. Here at Manual, our students learn to make dishes like this every single day. They learn everything about hygiene, whether it's hygiene for themselves or the kitchen around them. They learn a lot of soft skills about how to speak to people, why it's important to be on time, how to interview for a job. You know what? This is a great school, Kansas City, and if you've got a student that's a sophomore, look into getting them into the program next year as a junior. They can do 2 years here as a junior and a senior, and we'd love to have them. I'm going to tell you what. Coming up, we have competitions where we're going to be baking and we're going to be doing hot food. On the hot food side, we're going to be doing a airline chicken breast with rice pilaf and a green vegetable. But the thing is, when the student starts the competition, they start with a chicken and dry rice. You know, vegetables that aren't cleaned or pared yet. And they need to exhibit their education and their skills to make that into a reality of the airline chicken breast dinner. And then when it comes to the baking, they have to make dinner rolls, they have to make cookies, they have to make some cakes. And so it really, truly is something that teaches them a lifetime skill. Hey, I could go on and on about how great our school is, but Manual Career Technical Center really is a great school. Listen, Kansas City, I would love to have you make this dressing. I would love to have you take a picture of it, send it to me at tbelisle@kcpublicschools.org. I hope you have a great holiday season.
Harold Holiday Montessori fosters a lifelong love of learning for students in pre-K through 6th grade. Holiday is the only free Montessori school in the KC metro area recognized by the Association of Montessori International. At Holiday, children have the freedom to choose their work throughout the day, helping them to become responsible, independent, and self-motivated learners. Find out more or enroll your student at enrollkc.org/holiday.
I am Lincoln Middle.
At Lincoln Middle School, students discover their talents and passions, where teachers plant the seeds of lifelong learning.
I am Lincoln Middle.
Where excellence is nurtured. Students develop the skills to be successful in school, career, and beyond.
Je suis Lincoln Middle.
Lincoln Middle is the public school where your child will thrive and grow. Open a world of possibilities. Apply today. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Lincoln Middle.